From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Saturday, August 22nd, 2015. Silver is trading at $15.33 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,161 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $231. Antiwar.com reports, while there is a lot that the world doesn't know about the leadership structure of the Islamic State, one thing is clear. Fadil Ahmad al-Hayali, aka Haji Mutaz, is the deputy leader behind Caliph Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi. We know this because he is identified as such each time the U.S. claims to have killed him. Back in December, the Pentagon claimed a major get in assassinating Mutaz, along with another the Islamic State leader, in airstrikes. There were no details given at the time, but there was never a retraction either, so everyone apparently went on assuming Mutaz was slain. This was true at least until this week, when the White House once again announced they had killed Mutaz, who was still identified as second in command of the Islamic State, in an airstrike on August 18th. They predicted that this time his death would adversarially impact the Islamic State operations because of his influence. Analysts were quick to caution against expecting big changes after the latest death, noting that past deaths of leaders had not amounted to much, as the Islamic State was able to replace those people in those positions without impacting their operations. This was doubly true of Mutaz, as the Islamic State already weathered news of his death once without any real impact. Hayali, aka Mutaz, was also referred to by U.S. officials at times as Abu Muslim al-Turkmani, and served in the Iraqi military before the 2003 U.S. occupation. He is also, like many of the Islamic State leaders, said to have served time in U.S.-run prisons occupied in Iraq. For over 35 years, Roberts & Roberts has been a trusted source for buying and selling your investment-grade precious metals. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and have permanently removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts Brokerage today for knowledgeable advice on investing and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 850-478-5270, or visit them online at rrbi.co. UPI reports the Dow Jones Industrial Average plunged 530 points Friday, capping off the stock market's worst week since 2011. The Dow Jones Industrial Average finished at 16,459 for its biggest loss of the year, the ninth biggest point decline in history. It fell more than 1,200 points in August and had more than 10% decline since its all-time high in May. The Dow's dramatic slide could be related to a number of factors, including a report out of China that its manufacturing sector shrunk in the first 3 weeks of August at the fastest rate since 2009. China's Shanghai Composite Index fell 11.5% this week, sending the market closer to its lowest point. Meanwhile, CNN reported falling oil prices have caused the currencies of a number of developing countries to decline, including Kazakhstan, whose currency lost about 23% of its value to the US dollar. ExpressCoin is the best place for getting your cryptocurrencies. Just start off at expresscoin.fppradio.com. Whether in the U.S. or Canada, it's expresscoin.fppradio.com. Reuters reports a federal appeals court ruled on Friday that Taser International is not liable for the death of a 16-year-old Michigan boy soon after he was struck in the chest by 2 taser darts shot by a police officer, resulting in cardiac arrest. The 2-1 decision by the 6th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals in Cincinnati was a defeat for Cora Mitchell, whose son Robert died on April 10, 2009, after a Warren, Michigan police officer struck him with electronically charged darts from his X-26 taser after a chase on foot into an abandoned home in nearby Detroit. Tasers electrical weapons are popular with police, and more than 18,000 law enforcement agencies have bought them since 1994. Critics say the weapons are susceptible to misuse. Cora Mitchell said tasers should have warned police that using the X-26 could cause cardiac arrest, and that its training program negligently assured users about the device's safety. Writing for the appeals court majority, however, Circuit Judge Jeffrey Sutton called the alleged risk speculative and said a company does not have a duty to warn of all theoretical possible dangers. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.